Is it going? Okay, so hi everybody. Caleb is filming me, no, from our hotel room. And after walking around in a lot of wind, I don't want anybody to see my hair. So I am looking at the heel back, and I'm going to go ahead and do several of these rows for you all. And these slip yarn overs, I did look them up, and they are the same as a German short row because Robin had raised that point. And I think the main point of the video is just going to be to show you what the slip yarn over should look like. And I think it's kind of good because with the heel back, I will actually be able to knit through it and show you that. So the first instruction is to knit all the way across. No, it's not, sorry, knit 22. So that's right, because we're only going to be working on the center of the heel for a little while. So I count in fours: 4, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 1, 2. Okay, so this was the knit side. We're flipping it around. Most important thing about the slip yarn overs is that at the initial part of the procedure, you always have your yarn in front. So the very first thing is the slip yarn over. So I'm in the purl position, I'm slipping the stitch and then bringing the yarn over. And one of the videos I've looked at online says just bring it to the top. I don't agree. I think you want to bring it all the way around rather tightly, because otherwise you get gaps in the sock. And perhaps that works on a sweater where you might be a little bit looser. But on the heel of a sock, I think it needs to be rather tight. So I've just taken, how many? Okay, the slip yarn over, I'm going to go back, and I guess this is sort of a good thing to know how to do anyway. So, okay, so the stitch closest to the slip yarn over, which is these two legs here, these two purple legs, tends to be very tight. It also tends to be quite close to the slip yarn over. So we'll look at it again. There's the slip yarn over, and counting back how many stitches the instructions said to purl 11, right? So that was 1, 2, 10, 11. Okay, and the other point that I would make is that, again, you're only working with your one skein of yarn because we're going back and forth. So again, we turn after the purl 11 and yarn in the front, slip, yarn over, and again we've got the two legs, which I should be able to show you. Can you see that, Caleb? Mm-hmm. Okay, super. So now the yarn is in the back position for knitting, and we're going to knit until knit to the slip yarn over on the previous round. I'm having to read out of my knitting bag here. Oops. And I'm not bothering to count the stitches because I'm just going to go straight to the slip yarn over. Okay, here we are at it, and you knit the slip yarn over as a stitch. Okay, and sometimes you might need to stick your needle in and loosen it. In this case I don't. So I'm coming through, knitting the slip yarn over as if it is one stitch. And then this is important, knit 1, and that closes the gap. If you didn't do that knit 1 and you turned, you'd end up with a big hole there. Okay, and now we're turning. Okay, now again, yarn in the front, slip, and yarn over, bring the yarn to the front because we're again on the purl row, and you purl to the slip yarn over created on the previous round, so however many stitches that is. And I know this video is a little bit long, but perhaps you might do it with me and it'll be helpful to follow with your own sock. Okay, I've reached the previous slip yarn over and knitting it as one stitch, and I'm loosening it slightly, and then again, as I did a knit one at the end of the slip yarn over here, which is where this little gap is, I'm going to purl one, turn, and again the yarn is in front and it's the same procedure: slip, yarn over, knit back to the slip yarn over, knit it as a stitch, and knit one, and back and forth until you get to the end. And I think I'll close the video by saying that I do think it's a lot easier to do both socks on the circular needles. What that entails is splitting part of it. You work on one side of one sock, and then when you would go in the round, you pause and you go to the other side, work its one side, the other sock, and then you start working in the round. I don't know if I'm making sense, but I think that by the time we have our next class, everyone might be there and I can demonstrate it. And also feel free to email me because I have Wi-Fi. So good luck, and I'll see you guys all on the next Thursday, and I'll talk to you on email if you like, or on the phone.